doing a very sterling job, so let's give him a round of applause to welcome him. He will speak to us, and then at 7 o'clock will be the Kartik Damodar Astakam. After the song has been sung, then you'll be invited to offer your lamps, and there will be prasadam served at 7:30. A fairly short program. I think that will be a longer, but we have it already scheduled. All right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Smita Krishna Prabhu. And welcome to all the devotees. Thank you very much for coming this evening. I'm sure all of you have had a wonderful month of Kartik. Somewhere in my talk, if there's one or two devotees who want to share some of their reflections on this month of Kartik that they just observed, just for 1 or 2 minutes, if somebody wants to share, we'll have an opportunity. But we have a very short 30 minutes before the Aarti, so we'll do it according to how time permits. So, firstly, I want to say thank you to all the devotees, especially the devotees who made this month of Kartik so special for everyone. I was going to say my own bit about it, but then Smita Krishna Prabhu compiled a really beautiful thank you message. So I thought instead of trying to write my own, I would just read his message out because I thought it was really apt and wonderfully put. So this is from Smita Krishna Prabhu thanking devotees on his behalf, but now also from me also, and I'm sure all of you would express similar sentiments. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All of you have done incredible service during this month. Book distribution, prasadam distribution, offering of lamps, encouraging, inviting others to attend programs and to the temple to offer lamps, preaching programs, kirtan, harinams, posting information and other nectar, and just speaking to all about Lord Damodar. Govindaji and the team went out daily with the mobile temple. How merciful is that? Thousands of lamps offered. Thousands of souls given a chance to come closer to Krishna. Wesley did us proud at Durban Diwali. 3,000 lamps offered. The youth can do it. He carried the torch for his mom and dad. The festival committee must be lauded. Balaram Prabhu also quietly and humbly coordinates and organizes with his team's consistent hand in the big festivals. Alarnath Prabhu and his team for managing the daily festivals at the temple. Wonderful examples of consistency and dedication. There are those of you who came every day to offer lamps and render service. Inspiring. The deity department, the pujaris and the garlands teams, beautiful outfits and decor, splendid darshans. The devotees coordinating, making and serving the daily sweet prasadam, joyous and dedicated. Anesh Prabhu, so enthusiastic. Anesh Prabhu is the one who serves the plates and the prasad in the evenings. And the fundraisers, donors, and the clay lamp organizers. What preparation behind the scenes that made it seamless for us to walk in, just pick up a lamp and offer it. What about the kirtaniyas? Blissful variety of styles and moods, all glorious. The resident devotees, phenomenal. You are the facilitators of the devotees and often unnoticed, non-thanked personalities that make everything happen. The festival and Sunday love feast cooks, devoted and enthusiastic. The serving teams headed by Doyle Chaitanya Prabhu, organized and wonderfully engaging the youth. Food for Life cooks and servers, quietly distributing thousands of plates of Krishna Prasadam. The maintenance team headed by Jivadaya and Deepak Prabhus for enabling the programs. And the Namahatas for the inspiring initiatives and exciting programs. The book table volunteers, the front line for all the visitors and guests. To the incognito devotees who did the needful, Krishna noticed your service. So many to thank. And if we have not specifically mentioned your service here, please know all of us are grateful to you. Thank you to all the wonderful devotees of the Lord. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, so we all took advantage of these wonderful arrangements made by all these devotees and others, and we had a really blissful Kartik month. We've received lots of mercy. The reason Kartik is so engaging and so attractive to all of us is that we know there's lots of mercy up for grabs. And being intelligent, we decided to take advantage of it. So that's what we all did, and it's to our benefit. But of course, the benefit doesn't stop here. This is just, how would you say it? The end of the beginning, right? Not the beginning of the end, or not the end. This is the end of the month of Kartik, but there's lots more. Krishna consciousness does not stop with Kartik, with the end of Kartik. It carries on. It is an eternal function we have to perform. So although the special sale may be over, there's many special offers and wonderful opportunities available for all of us going forward. So there's one thing I wanted to share with all of you tonight, and I think it's important for all of us to try to establish ourselves in a certain way in Krishna consciousness. So I heard this at a seminar I attended maybe a year and a half ago, and that seminar was entitled Diversity, Inclusion and Belonging. Some of you may have been on that seminar with me, and you may remember this example. But the course facilitators explained why they named the seminar Diversity, Inclusion and Belonging. Now, it may not be very appropriate in the context that we are talking, especially the diversity part, but the inclusion and belonging part we will talk about a bit more. So they explained in that course what is diversity in the context of that course or seminar. And they gave the example of a party. I don't know how many of you can relate to the party example. I'll use two examples, a party or a wedding. So all of us should be familiar with at least one or two of those examples, depending on our age and our experience. So they said diversity means getting an invitation to the party or to the wedding, right? They let you be part of it. So someone invites you to be part of that function. So you go there as a guest. And when you go to that party or to that wedding, what happens? You could look from the sidelines, but if you actually are invited to dance in that party, that is called being included. That is inclusion, right? So one is a guest who's just coming, invited to the party or the wedding. The inclusion is when they ask you to dance at that party, or at a wedding when they ask you to take photos with the bridegroom and bridal couple, or come tie the knot between the bride and groom. You are included in that function, right? And then belonging, they said, is when you help arrange the party, where you decide what the party should be like, where you take responsibility for that party, where you own the responsibility of that party. Even at a wedding, we see this. The close family members of the bridal couple, they belong there because the success of that function, of that wedding, is based on their efforts, and they feel responsible for it. Whatever small or large role they may play, they all are feeling that responsibility. Now, similarly, when we come to Krishna consciousness, of course, the first time we come to the temple, what are we? We are guests, right? We come, we look at the background, we may feel it a bit strange, everyone's jumping and dancing, so we'll stand there quietly in the back far corner so that we don't get too noticed. That's a guest. You're not comfortable yet. You're still trying to get familiar with this environment. Sometimes the devotees may call you to dance with them too. They're trying to include you in the function, try to take you from a guest and try to make you be included in the activities. Similarly, we take these activities. After coming a few times, we may think, hey, we like this philosophy, we like this process, we may get japa beads and we might start chanting, we might start singing and dancing in the kirtan. So what happens there? We're becoming included, right? We are now becoming included in everything that's going on. So that is better than just being a guest. If we're coming for 25 years and we still guess, there's a problem, right? we should feel a little more than the guests. That means we are not as welcoming to you, or you are not open to becoming part of us. So 25 years is too long to be a guest. A few months you can be a guest, and then you must be included. And all of us should feel included in everything we do. Take the process back with us, practice it ourselves. But even more than being included is belonging. So what does belonging mean in a Krishna conscious context? Belonging means I feel I have my place here. I fit in some way here, and I have a purpose to serve. I have my contribution to make to this movement, to Prabhupada's movement, to Prabhupada's mission. Prabhupada had a mission. He's carrying Lord Chaitanya's mission to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. That's Prabhupada's mission, to share Krishna consciousness with everyone. And the more we feel that mission and we feel that responsibility towards that mission, the more we belong. Right? So the more we identify ourselves with the mission, with Krishna consciousness, the more we belong here. So that's what we all should feel, and we should be striving to feel. And those of us who already feel we belong, we should be helping others belong. We should be helping others get some service so they can feel they are contributing positively. No one should be sitting here and thinking, oh, I have nothing to offer. I'll just come, I'll practice Krishna consciousness on my own, and I'll go. Everyone should feel I can do something, and I want to do something, and this is what I can do, and be given that opportunity to do that service. And that's how everyone can feel like they belong to this movement. This movement is their movement. They are part of it, and they're not separate from anything. So now, when we had this month of Kartik, we all took a lot of blessings. We collected a lot of mercy from everyone, from the Lord and from the devotees. And of course, we saw many devotees, like I mentioned. They made many arrangements to enable us to receive that mercy. But now, we have to move a step further than just receiving mercy. What happens when we receive mercy? When we receive mercy, things change. We don't just receive mercy and remain as we are. It means we didn't receive mercy. If you think you received mercy, observe the month of Kartik, offered the lamp, and you're exactly as you were before Kartik, then obviously the mercy has missed you somehow. If the mercy hit you, what would you feel? You'll feel more determined. You'll feel stronger. You'll feel more inspired. You'll feel more committed. It doesn't mean we'll be perfect. It just means we'll be stronger in our spiritual life. We'll feel the knots of material existence loosen, of material entanglement loosen on us. We'll feel it loosen. That's how we know we've got some mercy. And now that we've got this mercy, we have to take it further. And in keeping with the belonging theme that I was talking about, we have to see how we can apply this mercy in Prabhupada's mission. How we can find our place in Prabhupada's mission. And even if we have our place, how we can extend our role in Prabhupada's mission. What we can do more with all this mercy that we've received. So that is my reflection on Kartik, on the month of Kartik, at least the parts that I'm going to share tonight. What I wanted to do was possibly ask some devotees now. We don't have too much time because we just have a few minutes left, to ask a few devotees if you are willing to share your reflections on the month of Kartik. And I wanted to first ask His Grace Meera Krishna Prabhu to share his, because I already arranged that with him, that he would do that. Who's at the end? Okay, if there's anybody else, he would rather get somebody else who wants to share their reflections on the month of Kartik, just for 1 or 2 minutes. You don't have to speak for 10 minutes like me. Just 1 or 2 minutes. Anything to share about the mercy you received.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. You go speak, Krishna.
I'll bring the mic to you.
Go.
Mataji's? Anyone?
Nalin Mataji, yeah.
Nalin Mataji will say something.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We all come to the temple every day and we offer these lamps, and ever think how much effort goes into putting out those lamps that we get to offer so easily to Krishna? We offered to help make those wicks, and we realized how challenging it is to be Brahmin clean and make those wicks when you have to work, manage a house, make those wicks. Sometimes you fast in the morning and go to work because you know you have an hour free to make wicks for the temple. So it was amazing because we were helping Balaram, and I'd run to his house after work, tie the wicks on his gate and tell him, pick it up, put it in ghee and drop it at the temple. So that was wonderful engagement for us. And I think I'm going to do it again next year because it was very purifying. And you realize how 500 wicks are not enough for one day. How much ghee, how much cotton wool goes into it. So I'd like to encourage more devotees next year. When the service is offered, it's wonderful purification. You know, make one day's worth of wicks for other devotees to offer. And you feel so good with every wick that you roll. So that was our beautiful experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So every week is a meditation. Raksha Mataji, you want to speak? Anybody? Priya Kishori? You have been doing the books, the MSF, during this month.
I think one of the highlights that really stood out for us during this Kartik was the Kartik truck. We were down the road by Chatsud Center, and we heard Prabhu speaking, and we were wondering, you know, where was this coming from? And then you see this beautiful truck, which doesn't resemble a truck, but the fact everyone is getting the opportunity to turn lamps to Lord Damodar, I think that was a really special experience, and very remarkable. So all glories to the devotees who did that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Priya Kishori Mataji is in charge of coordinating the book distribution for Sri Sri Radharanath Temple, and we take the opportunity to let everybody know that Kartik service is extending into the summer book marathon. So everybody should take part in that as well. You get more notification. Prabhu's? Panchamrit Prabhu. Very quiet, but he's been doing a lot of service and continues to do so.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening to me. And how are you doing today? How many of you have come for the very first time to the temple today? I had a good fortune of standing at the entrance of the temple, and there were two ladies there. They've come for the very first time. And I told them a little bit about what's happening, and I told them, before you go, please have a word with me. Now, lots of people come to the temple and they feel strange because none of us take the responsibility of welcoming them, because this is Srila Prabhupada's mission, to welcome everyone. And I must just give you some of the things. You have to be a little bit more aware. There was once three European colored people that were standing by the foyer, and I welcomed them into the temple. And after the excursion with them, they told me, I've got to tell you something. We are Christian missionaries visiting your temple, and this is the best reception that we've ever received. So it's up to you to welcome everyone. Sometimes I see you just leave them alone and they feel completely strange in this beautiful environment. So I sat with those mother and daughter for about half an hour after the program, and they said they will come again. And they just from Nordin, you know, how far away that is to come for the very first time. It took so much effort. So I'm requesting all of you to be a little bit more friendly towards our visitors, because your first impressions are lasting impressions. And Srila Prabhupada gave us a beautiful house where everyone could live in it. So please welcome them. Thank you. That was my realization.
So Panchamrit Prabhu, he runs the Meerbank Namahata and that chapter of the Food for Life program, a big prasadam distributor. So you can see he's speaking with a lot of authority there. And yeah, indeed that's true. Because I remember Indradumna Maharaj said from the Vyasasan once that when people come back to the temple, they have come back home. And probably after millions of lives too. So everybody else in this family who belong should be the hosts. Take ownership of the temple and feel it's your temple. Yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you for that. I'll conclude this reflections, and some of you know I like to write poetry, so I wrote this a few years ago. The day has come quickly, Kartik at its end. Did you in this month of sweetness your life amend? Did you, while offering lamps of love, make promises to the blue boy above? The one who actually steals hearts with excuses of butter, who attracts us away from Maya's clutter. Everywhere and all around I have seen devotees with love abound, such wonderful examples of Hare Krishna. To all of you, my deep obeisances, rendering service so dedicatedly, many reminders for my own humility. In this month of Lord Damodar arises such incessant joy to see and offer such love to Yashoda's darling boy. And now that we upon Kartik's ending contemplate, does it not feel that your heart will break? O Shri Radha Damodar, O Radha Shama Sundar, when will you grant to me service with you in perpetuity? Your eternal pastimes, our minds enraptured, I pray to remain by devotion to you, eternally captured. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Smita Krishna Prabhu. It's always such a wonderful experience to hear you, Smita Krishna Prabhu, expressing these wonderful sentiments towards the Lord and sharing it with us. Thank you. So with the few minutes we have left, I just wanted to talk about the next chapter. I said this was the end of the beginning, the month of Kartik. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Srila Prabhupada's blessing, from, is it today or tomorrow? I'm not sure. From today, the December, or we won't call it December because it's still early November, the Summer Book Marathon begins. Srila Prabhupada Summer Book Marathon ki. So, now that we've received this mercy, this is the next chapter for us to distribute this mercy. And like I said about us all belonging, if you belong to this movement, if you belong to Srila Prabhupada's movement, if you feel the mission of Prabhupada, then this is the type of activities we will engage in. Distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. Why? If you think offering a lamp pleases the Lord, imagine how much distributing Prabhupada's books pleases Him, and how much pleasing Him pleases the Lord. Right? Pleasing His devotee pleases the Lord much more than pleasing Him directly. That's our understanding. So this year, the book team, the book office team, headed by Priya Kishori and Radharaman Prabhu and their team, they set a goal of 12,000 books for us. So, if you're a guest, you'll think, oh, that's a nice goal for them to have. If you're included and you belong, you'll think that's my goal, right? You have to own this goal to distribute. So I know we all didn't get a chance to choose the goal, but someone had to make the goal. So they've made that goal for all of us. So now it's our responsibility to try to reach that goal. And this is how we belong to Srila Prabhupada's movement. We take this mission, we take his mission and make it ours. We take the responsibility he took and we make that ours in our small way. We don't have to distribute all 12,000 books. We can distribute some books. So that's what this is. Right from now till the end of December, it's our summer book marathon. And it's the perfect time to share. If you feel you've benefited from Prabhupada's movement, from Kartik, from the Mercy, then this is the time to express that appreciation by sharing it with others. The devotee naturally wants to share what he has because he sees how nice it is. And out of compassion for others, he wants to share it with others. When you have something nice, don't really give it to others and tell others about it. So that's what we want to do. And this year, the book team has created 7 different ways in which we all can participate. I know when I used to sit in the temple room and hear about the book marathon, I should just hide a bit because I hate going on books, I must say. I used to go on books and distribute 0 books and come back. Eventually, I would just give 1 book away to someone. That's how difficult I used to find it. So, I am not a book distributor at all. Believe me, I am not. But, fortunately, our book team is so innovative. They found ways in which all of us can participate. Even if we are not so comfortable with going out on the street and stopping people, that's fine. That's good for everyone, but if we can't do it, there's other things. So they've got this year the Kids League. The Kids League is where every child who distributes 20 books or more will get a special experience after the marathon. I don't know what the experience is yet, but it's going to be special. So the kids can do it with their own team, with parental guidance, and there'll be a starter pack shared with them, and there'll be a pack with registration, etc., which will help them tally the book scores, etc. So that's for the kids. And then for the youth, there'll be a Harinam headed by Veerabhadra Prabhu and team every week in and around Durban. And those who are interested can join that team. You'll get WhatsApp updates of that scheduled Harinam. And of course, there'll be some book distribution with that Harinam. And for the youth, there's also a TikTok challenge. We're challenging the young and the young at heart to promote Srila Prabhupada's books in the innovative way of TikTok. If you don't know what TikTok is, it's not for you. Don't worry. There's the Go Solo. For those who would like to distribute books on your own, you can collect a book pack from the book office and then distribute it in your own time, on your own, as and when you are able to. There's also the team up option. Here, a group of friends or a Namahata can go out on Harinam and door-to-door book distribution, street Sankirtan, or at pre-arranged spots. So that's where you go in groups. And then for those of you who don't have time, there's the sponsor spiritual learning option. If you don't have time, you can contribute towards the Sankirtan initiatives, such as the traveling parties, the Zulu books, the university preaching, and the outreach programs. And then there's the Be a Hero. If you are new to book distribution and would like to try it out, you can join an experienced book distributor by just dedicating your time. So even if you feel you're too scared or you don't know what to do, join a book distributor who's already experienced and go out with them and give them your time. You just have to register for it and then you'll get included in that. So inclusion is happening. Gita Jayanti is the Live to Give campaign. The BBT have a Bhagavad Gita distribution campaign leading up to Gita Jayanti. Participants' names will be offered in a special fire sacrifice in Kurukshetra on Gita Jayanti. That's a very special opportunity. Every devotee who's part of ISKCON should sign up and participate in one or more of these ways. I can't find a reason why we can't participate, but if you think you can't participate, please let us know how we can facilitate you. Srila Prabhupada's Book Marathon Ki.
And the last but not the least, to acknowledge and thank behind all of the movement that's happening in all the programs is the temple management. So let us give them a nice round of applause. Ramvijay Prabhu. And I think Swarup Prabhu had some remote management going on as well. So thank you very much for facilitating all the devotees. Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki. Shri Shri Radha Damodhara Ki. Shri Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Hari Ki. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki. So we are privileged to have Ranchor Prabhu, one of our very long-standing devotees. And Kirtaniyas, he's going to sing Damodar Astakam for us. And it's projected up here for you to follow. Just create that space a bit so everyone can see the screen.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupam Lashat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Yashoda Biyolukala Davamana Param Vishtamatyanta Todutya Gopya Rudantamo Netra Jugmam Nijantam Karambo Jajugmena Santa Kanetram Rudantamo Netra Jugmam Nijantam Karambo Jajugmena Santa Kanetram Mushashakam patrire kankakanta Skitagrevam damodaram bhaktivadam Iti driksvalina birananda kunde Swagosam majanta akyapayantam Tadiyashita Geshu Bhaktarjitatam Puna Prematashtam Shata Pritibande Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Vadim Va Nachanyam Vrineam Vareshadapiha Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Vadim Va Nachanyam Vrineam Vareshadapiha Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Shadame Mana Shavirastam Kimanai idam te mukam bojam atyantanilair vritam kuntalais snigdaraktais chagopya. Muhuschumbitam bimba rakta darame manashavirashtam malam lakshalabai. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prashida Prabodhuka Jalam Dimagnam. Namo Deva Damodarananta Kripa drishti vishyati dinam batano grihane shamamagyam ediyakshidrisya. Kuveratma jo baddha murtyai vajadvat tvaya mochito bhakti bhajo krito cha. Tata prema bhaktim swakam me prayacha namokshe gramesti damodareha. Namaste stu damne spuradipti damne tvadiyo darayata vishvasya damne. Namaste stu damne Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.